This video will cover the initial setup process for the Vyair RO-1 and RO-2N reverse osmosis water filters, as the process is the same for both units. On the RO-2N, simply take the lid off to access the head unit, and remember to place it back on once finished, giving enough slack in your pipes to fit through the slots on the lid. In the box you'll find a grey filter that goes in a white housing, a blue-ended filter that makes a rattling sound, this goes in the middle housing, a light white filter that goes in a clear housing, a reverse osmosis membrane, two plastic spanners, one for the filter housings, one for the membrane housing, a swiveling tap connection, a drain connection and a mains water connection, a roll of pipe, a pre-inflated pressurized tank, and the head unit. The first stage of setup involves attaching the pre-filters to the head unit. Lubricate the seals on each housing on the head unit with a small amount of Vaseline. We recommend you turn the head unit upside down before unwrapping the filters and fitting them and their housings in the order shown on screen, with the middle filter's flat, white disc end attaching to the head unit. Tighten each housing with the larger spanner before turning the unit the right way up. Next, make a note of the color-coded stoppers on the head unit. The red one is for your mains connection, the yellow one is for your tank connection, the blue one is for your tap connection, and the black one is your drain connection. Now disconnect the membrane housing from the rest of the unit by pulling out the blue tab and pushing the connector in before pulling the pipe out. This procedure is the same for disconnecting all pipes across all units. Unscrew the housing lid before lubricating its seal, along with the seals on the membrane, then insert it into the housing and secure it in place with a quarter turn. Then screw the cap back on and tighten it with a spanner if need be. You can now make your mains connection. To properly attach your mains connection, follow the procedure you see on screen. You may need a spanner to properly tighten it. Remove the brass nut from the piercing connection and attach it to the white pipe. Then, attach a bead onto the end of the pipe and fit a pipe insert in as far as possible before attaching the pipe to the connection, tightening it with a spanner before turning the screw as far as it will go to pierce the connection. Once the mains water is connected, get a bucket and flush the pre-filters by turning on the power and water. Grey water will run out of the disconnected pipe. After around a bucketful, it will run clear, at which point you can turn off the power and water and reconnect the pipe to the membrane housing. The next stage involves making a connection to your drain pipe. Drill a 1/4 inch hole in your drain pipe above the U-bend. Remove the tab and stick the watertight patch onto the drain connection. To properly attach the connection to the drain pipe, we recommend holding it in place with a 1/4 inch drill bit. Tighten it in place with the 2 screws provided, and then you can connect it to your main unit. Once you have made your drain connection and connected it to your unit, you can connect the tank, which has a 2-way connection at the top and has been pre-pressurized so you don't need to touch the blue connection at the front. Before you screw in the tap, wind 4 to 6 turns of PTFE tape around the thread, taking care to keep it neat, before sealing it against the thread and gently screwing on the tap until you feel some resistance and there's a small gap between the tank and the tap. You can now connect the tank to the main unit and make sure the tap is in the open position in line with the pipe. Finally, you can make your tap connection. To assemble the tap connection, fit the metal disc plate and the thin rubber washer before inserting the tap into a 1/2 inch hole in your worktop. Fit the harder rubber washer and the serrated locking washer before ensuring the tap handle is in the desired direction, screwing on the first nut and tightening it in place. Then add the second nut and bead to your pipe before pushing the pipe insert as far into the end of the pipe as it will go and screwing the pipe firmly into the tap. Once your unit is completely assembled, ensure your tap connection is closed and your tank tap is open. You can then turn on the power and water, letting the tank fill up for 2 hours. The pump and drain will stop once the tank is full. Let the unit run for around ½ an hour before testing the unit by closing the tank tap. The unit should stop running in under 2 minutes and restart when the tank is opened. Drain and fill the tank twice more, then the unit will be ready to use. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any queries, please don't hesitate to call us on 01507 524 576 or send us an email at sales@vyair.com.